Welcome to exclusive interviews only on Girl TV. I'm Dana Reese, and today we will dive deeper into the severity of having a doula during life's important changes. We have our returning guest, Frye from Peace and Compassion Birth. Hi.
Hi.
Thanks for joining us again, Miss Frye. How's your day going so far?
It's awesome. Thank you so much for having me back. I appreciate it.
Of course. The last interview went so well. And this first question, I know that we've already talked about it, but just in case anybody did not see the first interview, tell us about the role of the doula. I know you talked about it last time. You explained to us the role of a doula. Can you explain that to our audience again?
Absolutely. So us doulas are labor support people who provide comfort measures. We provide emotional support, and we provide information. So evidence-based research information before, during, and after labor. So if the mother is in need of prenatal, she has some prenatal questions. I have preeclampsia. I have gestational diabetes. What do you know about that? What options do I have in childbirth? Because I have these health concerns. And so I can give her evidence-based information to support her and to help her make critical decisions and give informed consent when in childbirth.
Got it. So I hear, you assist with the childbirthing process, but what about breastfeeding or any like post-birth care? Can you tell me about the role of a doula there?
Yes, so we have postpartum doulas, but any doula, if she's not certified as a postpartum doula, she can still provide postpartum services.
Okay.
And so what that means is after mom and baby comes home, she may need to rest. She may need a little housework done. She may need some breastfeeding assistance. And just want to put a plug in for Black Breastfeeding Week. We are now in Black Breastfeeding Week 2020. So I'm so excited for that. There are lactation consultants that moms can reach out to. So just look for the resources in your community. But as a postpartum doula, your role is to serve the mother after she's given birth. So that's what a postpartum doulas do postpartum. And so for my own self, my experience is going to the mother's house maybe like a week after she's had the baby. Sometimes moms may need to take a nap, and so you're holding the baby, helping the baby get to sleep. You may be feeding the baby, changing a diaper, and it just helps mom's recovery so much. It just helps her to recover so much. So it helps.
For sure. So we could imagine the time that it takes, right? And even the energy that it takes to be there to support not only someone else's family, but your family as well. So with that being said, what encourages you? Let's talk about that. What encourages you to continue the work that you do?
Well, I have a large family. I have been married for 12 years.
Okay.
And that union has borne 5 children, 11 and 9. So I am very busy with my family. I'm a homeschool mom, stay-at-home mom, and so I'm very, very busy. However, because I birthed 5 children, it motivated me to be there for other birthing moms, knowing that my time is up. My time is up with birthing. And so I really, what encourages me or motivates me to do this work is because I want to be there for other Black birthing mothers to ensure that they get the information that they need, to make those informed decisions when the doctor or the midwife or the physician is encouraging them to go the one route or another. Because I've been through it, and because of my professional training, I can let them know that's a good choice for you. They're really giving you the information that you need. Or sometimes a mom may kind of want to think about that
for sure
further with evidence-based research information, and she can then make her decisions based off of information and research.
For sure. That's so good and so important. Where were you 7 years ago when I needed you? So how long have you been certified as a doula?
At the beginning of the pandemic.
Okay.
So that was
Okay.
an interesting time to begin being a doula.
For sure. 100%. Whoa. So then what are some of the things that somebody should look for when choosing the right doula?
That's a wonderful question.
Thank you.
Get your interview questions ready. You want to talk
Okay.
to that doula about perhaps how many births they've attended.
Mhm.
You want to know who trained them. Some programs are a little bit more rigorous than others.
Okay. Okay.
You want to know what's their childbirthing experience, and then how does that carry over into their business? If someone has always had a negative experience, then will you be kind of negative with our interactions? And then one thing I said last time that I'll say again, I may not be the perfect match for you, and you may not be the perfect match for me.
For
And so
sure.
we have to I have initial consultations. I sit down with the client, I get to know them. I'm marking their personality. I'm marking their history. Perhaps they've been through trauma. And
Mhm.
so they may be interviewing me, but I'm also sort of keeping an eye out for,
Yeah,
I may decline you and say, I know someone who would better suit you.
for
And
sure.
so
For sure.
they definitely want to know more about their birth doula. What do they feel about birthing at a hospital? What do they feel about working with a home birth midwife? So
Mhm.
there's a lot of questions you can ask your doula.
I love the fact that you pointed out that it's not just about them interviewing you, but also for you to make sure that you both are a good fit for each other. You know, this is a reciprocated relationship, and I love your transparency there. You know, and I think that people don't understand that this is a two-way relationship. So thank you so much for pointing that out.
Sure.
So I know that a lot of us are conditioned to, you know, we think about medical doctors when it comes to, you know, giving birth. But if doulas didn't exist, what are some of the dangers that families could be facing, especially, you know, families of color?
Absolutely. So statistics show that the cesarean rate has gone way down because doulas are present. And so a lot of birthing moms would like to avoid the cesarean, the surgical birth. Doulas are there to encourage you to keep going. I'm right here. You're almost there. I've had to say that to a couple of my clients, and they always say, I heard you when you told me you're almost there. They're getting the baby's bassinet ready. You know, you're doing so wonderful. So those encouraging words, though they may seem generic when you're not in labor, to know that, okay, I've been victorious all this time. I'm going to keep going. And it just really encourages a mom. Right now in our country, we are experiencing what we call the Black maternal health crisis. And so one too many moms have died in childbirth.
Yeah.
Not every hospital. There are wonderful hospitals. There are amazing physicians. I've worked with amazing midwives. However, there is a bad batch out there sometimes who won't listen to the mother and her family. One story that I tend to allude to is Charles Johnson out of LA, out of California. And his wife had just given birth, and she began to complain of pains and something is wrong. I just don't feel right. He did what a husband or significant other should do. He got the doctors, the nurses, something is wrong with my wife. They told him, your wife is not a priority right now, sir. We'll be back. We'll check her later. That woman ended up dying unnecessarily.
Wow.
And so he's left to mourn his wife. That baby will never know her on an intimate level because someone neglected her. Someone didn't care enough to see about her. There's so many stories. There is a documentary on Hulu right now called Aftershock. I encourage anyone with a trigger warning, to watch that movie, because it follows a few stories of mothers who have lost their lives in childbirth. When your doula is there and she sees something a little off, she's not going to make a decision for you, but she will encourage you to ask questions. She will encourage you to speak up. If they're encouraging something that you don't want to happen, then I'm going to ask a question. What was your thoughts on clamping the cord after the baby's born? Just to bring it into the room.
For
So
sure.
she can stand up and say, well, I didn't want the cord clamped. And that's her advocating for herself.
For
That's
sure.
me encouraging her to advocate for herself, but she's advocating for herself. So that's what your doula should be doing for you, is helping you to speak up to the medical professional so that they can get your informed consent before
Okay.
they provide a service.
Okay. Okay. Wow. Wow. So my biggest takeaway from that is the fact that it's not that the doula is making decisions on behalf of you. You know, they're spending the time to get to know you, get to know your preferences, and make sure that the room is comfortable enough and you have that representative there that will push you to make the request that you want to make. You know, I know that it can be intimidating, you know, especially when you're in situations where you've just given birth and you have these professionals and it's like, oh, they may know better than me, you know, but having that support of the doula would definitely, you know, I can see help somebody come out and say, no, this is what I want for me and my child, my family. So, okay. Well, here, let me ask you, Ms. Frye, if there was anything you can say to someone to assure them that having a doula may be one of the smartest choices for their family, what would that be? Well, actually, this is what you are. You never know who's watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you are expecting a child,
Mm-hmm.
if you are family planning, because sometimes, you know, you're not pregnant yet, you just got married or you're in a wonderful relationship and you're thinking about taking it to the next level of starting a family, I would suggest that you do research on doulas, research on the statistics of birthing with a doula. I think I would just say that doulas are there for you. Doula means a woman's servant. We're there not for ourselves. We're not there for the extended family and the nurses and the midwives. We are there to serve you. So when everyone's wondering about, oh, who's going to come and see her and oh, what the baby's going to look like, we're like, is mom okay? What do you need? You need water? Here, I'll hold your cup for you. I had a client who was throwing up and I was standing there holding the bag.
I love it.
Hold the bag, you know, and I don't see myself above holding a bag for a birthing mom. I'm getting emotional. I don't see myself above holding a bag for a birthing mom who's throwing up. I don't see myself above rubbing her feet. I don't see myself above that. I got into this with passion. And so I'm here to serve the birthing mother and her family.
Yes, yes. And your passion is bleeding through the screen.
Thank you.
Miss Frye. It really is. Like there's so many things that you said that kind of buried itself right here in my heart. And anybody would be lucky to have you by their side.
Thank you so much.
No problem, no problem. So now how would people get in touch with you for more information or to book you as a doula?
Sure. So obviously my name is Frye. I am the founder and owner of Peace and Compassion Birth Services. You can reach me by my website, www.peaceandcompassionbirthservices.com. You can also find me on Instagram at PAC Birth Services. I am on Facebook under the same name, Peace and Compassion Birth Services. And you can book me as a doula. I also provide placenta encapsulation services. A lot of birthing moms are getting into right now. I can also make a placenta tincture, which is kind of like a natural medicine for PMS, menopause, anxiety, things like that. And I can do that from a distance too. You can overnight ship me your placenta on ice and I can get that back to you. I can ship that back to you. So if you are in need of any of my services, definitely go on my website, contact me, and I will get back to you within 24 hours.
Okay. I mean, this is the exact enlightenment that we need for our community, and we appreciate you bringing that education to us. But you guys, our time is up for today. We do hope that you join us next time on exclusive interviews where we dive into exclusive details on major topics. So again, my name is Dana Reese, and we will see you next time on Girl TV, where we inspire you to get your life.
Don't forget to get your life with Girl TV playbacks on YouTube. Follow us on all social media platforms at Girl TV and catch up with the trending news online at www.girlversion.net. We'll see you on the next exclusive interview.